established channel. So yeah, welcome to the storytelling podcast. I hope you like that little picture that I put in. So we're gonna go swimming. We're gonna go swimming in topics of uh content creators, politics, what's going across the pond, far over the pond, into Afghanistan, and let's keep it on YouTube. Let's not get overly active on retardations. Please, let's let's be human. Guess what? Down below in the description, you will see the stage access. So if you want to come in, you can come in. We can talk about your mama. We can talk about your neighbors. We can talk about whatever. Just no doxing. No fucking doing anything illegal. That includes you, Nikki. That includes you, Jesse. Let's make a stand and be happy with one another. So, for those that are watching and computer illiterate, and you're in the tabs down below, I'm going to go ahead and post a link in the comments. It's kind of weird how this thing makes me do this a certain way, but there you go. You're more than welcome to hop on. Hell yeah. Yeah, I just gotta tell somebody I'm live. Oops. Hell yeah. So we all have an issue, and it seems to be we have an issue with Sam and his dogs. If you want to talk about it, come on above. I'm going to let Sam speak his mind. I'm going to let Nikki speak her mind. I'm going to let anybody speak their mind. But we have to be respectful. You hear? Do you hear? I hear because I'm saying it. Heck yeah. Um, hold on. This person is illiterate. You know, sometimes we tech savvy people have to understand the other people that are extremely internet illiterate. So we can't be bashing on that. Oh, look, we got somebody up in here already. Hey, add to the stream. There we go. Welcome, Mr. Sammy. How are we doing today?
I'm okay. I really don't want to be on panels and stuff, but I'm gonna come out and help you out because I know the mere presence of my voice and my face and my presence in a chat strikes hatred in these fuckers. And plus, it helps you get views. So,
hey, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm donating
you
to the world.
I don't know what you gonna do, man.
I just donated 10 cents to the world.
To the world.
Yeah, I just chucked it in the parking lot.
Well, I mean, that could be good and that can be bad, right?
Well, whoever picks up the 10 cents got donated 10 cents.
That's good.
10 cents is 10 cents, right?
Yeah, maybe that 10 cents will come back as $100 so you can get a hotel room.
Right?
Why? Somebody will just get you kicked out.
Right? There's only one person. What's going on, mamas?
I don't know.
There's only one person that knows my whereabouts.
Yeah, that's what sucks is, man, you can't trust anybody on here, dude. I've tried that shit, and it's just, it gets you nowhere, dude.
Yeah. What can you do?
Leave. Go find another platform.
Yeah. I'm not giving up what I work for.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Have me and you ever like worked together and conspired to harass people offline?
No?
Have me and you discussed about possibly filing charges against a certain individual?
No? Why?
Well, I'm just trying to clear the air on some things, because you know how people like to talk and say things and stuff like that. Because somebody was saying that we were conspiring to have charges filed against them, and then they turned around and said that I have charges there.
It's not hard to look your name up in the county records.
It's what?
I said it's not hard to look up your name to see if you really have it or not. You can look it up. Anybody can.
Yeah, I know. There ain't no warrant in Tennessee. There ain't no warrant in Florida. They're crazy.
Yeah. It's just weird.
But hey, how you faring during the hurricane?
Oh, it's not a hurricane. It's a tropical storm.
Oh, that's it. Just a tropical storm. That's it.
Yep.
How many people you got watching right now?
Oh, it's about 7.
It'll go up.
It's all good. I get our viewers in the archives.
So when you gonna make it over to the West Coast?
Probably this winter.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So how's your day going so far?
It's just another day of boredom.
Well, that
Nothing
stinks.
to do. Nothing to do. Can't go nowhere.
I don't know
Ain't no
why.
place.
What happened?
This is like one of the lamest ass towns I've ever been in, man. Where there's nothing to fucking do.
Well, that sucks. I
Well, I
miss
mean,
that.
there's plenty to do if you have legs and you're able to walk around and be mobile, but not for me.
Go where the old people go and have fun with them.
I think I'm gonna try my hand at dating.
Go to the bingo center.
I've had uh I've had a few women hitting on me.
Cool. What's their names?
Aaron.
Ew. Uh, young, old.
30s.
Yeah. You show them yet? You show her your wiener yet?
Huh?
You didn't show her your wiener and your balls?
Who the hell does that shit?
I'm just fucking with you, dude. I'm just playing around. We're allowed to play around. We're just not doxing. We're not doing anything illegal.
Oh, I was just curious.
I'm just fucking around. Nothing more than that. So, Rodders, how are
I'm
you?
scoping her out. I'm scoping her out, man. She's got 2 beautiful dogs.
You gonna steal her dogs?
Hell no.
I had to say that because that's what's on people's minds when you talk about dogs. You know how people are.
Oh, hell yeah. They want to hold others accountable, even though they do horrible fucking shit and say horrible shit. But
I
they
know,
want to
right?
hold others, but they want to hold others accountable for their response to their shit. That's good. That's dandy.
Right? How do I change my avatar?
Aww. Hey, you know Randy Linville, right?
I don't remember that name, but I know,
Big Nick
I don't know.
Digger.
Big Nick Digger.
OG,
Oh, yeah.
OG
What's going on
Digger.
with him?
Well, I just wanted to kind of point a little thing out here. You know how they were bitching and complaining about someone using Rodney's dead mother's name? You know, somebody was running around using Rodney's dead mother's name and they were all in an uproar about it, right? But those same people thought it was okay and hilarious and funny that Randy Linville from Big Bear, California, aka Big Nick Digger, for 2 years, 2+ years, actually, over 2 years, harassed, stalked, and taunted Joanne Z71 about her son that was deceased. That was okay, right? But let it happen to them, and then it's a big deal. And it's, oh, you're a horrible person. How could you do that? Well, how could OG Digger do that? A lot of one-sidedness, one-way roads. Do as we tell you, not as we do. What is okay for us to do is not okay for you to do. Really boils down to like, fuck, man. Adults acting like fucking juveniles, fucking on some childhood fucking bullshit, man. It's like being in fucking elementary, kindergarten, junior high, and high school, all wrapped up in one.
Okay, Ron.
What are you talking
How do
about,
you know?
Rodney? Ain't no one's ever attacked you, man.
Well, how do you know if Sam is actually doing what you think he's doing? Do you have proof?
I mean, look at fucking Jose Sanders. Someone's using his fucking name, running around fucking with Tyke. The same thing happened with me. I'm getting accused of fucking shit I never fucking did. Not sitting here and saying I'm a fucking Boy Scout and I never ran my fucking mouth.
Wait, you're not a Boy Scout?
No, I'm not no Boy Scout, bro.
Wait, you had me fooled this whole time?
I've never claimed I was innocent
You had me fooled this whole time,
in a
didn't you?
goody goody two shoes. I've said some fucking fucked up shit.
So you didn't get
But
any
fucked up,
merit badges? I thought you had
Well,
a lot
no.
of merit badges.
Well, you see, fucked up shit's been said to me, fucked up shit's been done to me, but it was okay. But let Sam fucking do something or say something that they've done, and oh, he's a horrible person. He's just so horrible.
Do you agree to this?
Yeah, what?
Hey, Willy Wonka, do not use. Oops.
Yeah, time that motherfucker out, man. Time that
I'm sorry,
motherfucker
Willy.
out.
Hold on.
Bye
Instead of timing people
bye,
out.
Willy Wonka.
Okay, next
We'll
time.
see you in 5 minutes, Willie.
Hold on. Let me add my name to the mod so I can just.
Ain't no fucking proof of fucking shit, man.
Okay, I don't know how to untime you, but I'm going to figure this shit out.
You can't untime them.
That's fucked up.
What's fucked up?
You can't untime people.
You can't untime them, but you can unblock them. That's just how it is, I guess. No, I'm just trying to get through every day, one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. So we could speak freely, Jose. Just no doxing.
Yeah, you can't use people's names.
Okay, I won't use people's names. I apologize. I won't use OG Digger's legal name no more. So, I have a question. What do you think about Blackbird in the community, man? If he really is some type of investigator,
Alright, now that should work. I modded myself to this channel, so please do not use people's real names, even if they're
so
dead.
Riders, why are you gonna get you some new best friends or two in Del Norte County? Why are you gonna get you some good friends for it? I don't give two fucks. I got fucking 5 phones. He's more than happy to fucking plug into them.
So, Auger says he is investigating you.
Yeah, right. I don't give a fuck. He's on to me or what. I ain't fucking done shit, so I'm not worried about it.
so, why are they doing this to you?
I couldn't tell you, man.
I've been out of the loop. I've been like away from the internet for a week, 3 days, and a lot of things happened within um a couple of hours that I couldn't miss. 20 seconds that I couldn't miss. So I'm not really getting the full details on what is going on and why there are certain people really bashing you, Sam. Could
Come
you
on,
fill me in?
Jose. Come on, Jose. You've been in the community for how long? They did the same shit to you that they did to me, man. So quit playing fucking stupid.
I'm
We've
trying.
already had this fucking conversation in
I'm trying
private.
to fill people
Okay,
in
we've
that
already had
don't
this
know.
conversation in private, Jose, about them doing the same thing to you that they've done to me, and to just ignore them and this and that and blah 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 blah. And now you want to fucking play like you don't know what the
Uh,
fuck we had a
oh,
conversation
Sam,
about.
Sammy, how did your coffee hunting thingy go?
I got my coffee.
Good, cause you were bitching hard.
Man, I was motherfucker. Goddamn, man. Goddamn 20 goddamn cars at McDonald's. Fucking Burger King ain't open. Had to go get gas station coffee. God dang it. Anybody's ever had gas station coffee, you know how that stuff is. It's expensive.
You're expensive.
I know I am.
Riders, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. 420. Yep, Willie, my new friends at Dornote Shelters are some real nice ladies. What do you mean by that, Riders? So, how is your life going since you've been out of jail?
One day at a time.
Are you glad that you're not incarcerated?
I don't know. How glad were you every time you got out?
You know, I've only been in jail or in county like maybe 3 times.
Mm.
I'm not
It
as a
feels
bad
good,
boy
man.
as you are.
It feels good to be out, dude.
I don't get to go on vacations like you.
That's not vacations.
It's sarcasms, bud.
I'll be going on vacation probably again. It's inevitable with these fucking assholes.
So, you already mentioned that we have been talking off camera, so I'm gonna bring this up. So you are planning suicide by cop.
Yeah, we have talked offline, but it ain't been no fucking plotting and fucking planning against no one. It's been trying to get down to the fucking bottom of who the fuck's doing fucking what, and just, you know, keeping people up to speed on what's been said, who said this about that and stuff like that. That's about the extent of our communication and checking in with each other, making sure we're okay.
But do you see that it does bring some type of edginess when the cops investigate this?
What do you mean?
You know, you're risking a cop's life if someone enacts on it to check on your well-being.
What do you mean?
Say like, okay, for instance, say like you get pulled over, you're gonna immediately think that somebody called the cops on you.
That's because they have.
But when a cop pulls you over, 95% of the times nobody's have called the cops.
How do you
Didn't
know that?
realize. Okay,
You
say
don't know
you didn't
that.
realize you did a
Are you?
mistake.
Hold
You
on.
turned
Listen,
right.
for one,
Cause listen to me. say you didn't completely stop at a stop sign, you gonna automatically think that somebody called the cops on you, and you do enact on suicide by cop?
Look,
How is that cop gonna feel?
it comes out of the fucking officer's mouth that they had a call. Okay, so that's how I know someone is calling.
What if somebody had called on you, like a passenger or like somebody behind you? You were swerving. What if you were swerving and you didn't realize it, and somebody called the cops on you? You're gonna instantly think that somebody on YouTube called the cops? I'm just trying to help you, dude. To
I don't
ration.
see that. I don't see that. Seems like you're reading from a text message.
No, I'm actually talking to you. I'm actually talking to you as a man to man. Why do you feel that every time you get stopped or interacted with, it's YouTube, somebody off of YouTube called the cops on you? Why? You know, yes, you get one or two people like idiots that calls the cops on you. Maybe
Well, fuck, you had them call the cops on you and the fucking pound and had them all at your fucking hotel room.
I don't know. Don't know
And then
why.
got you kicked out of your fucking
I don't know
hotel.
why. Good job, buddy. Thought it was a good idea. As well as dog lips. Don't know.
I
But the
ain't
cop
worried
did
about it,
ask
man.
me, how the hell do you hold your dog against its own will? That's what the cop said to me.
Well, I'm not worried about big.
Go that.
I ain't worried about Blackbird, man. I haven't done anything to fucking warrant any criminal charges, so.
Hey, if anybody can get Blackbird over here, I'll let him up on the stage.
I've already been in communication with Blackbird and told him I'm willing to cooperate and hand over my phones if he wants. So
Yes, California does have a strict law about dog leashing. A friend of mine had a citation, $250 fine for having a dog at large and not picking up the dog poop. It's a city ordinance. County, you don't really care. They don't really care about it in the county. Anytime you go into a city, you have to have your dog leashed, and sometimes county ordinance also. California is a dick state, so when I say dick state, it's a Democrat state, and I don't care. You can't change my mind on that one.
he needs look at Willy Wonka, the fucking psychologist, fucking psycho doctor.
So, is that true?
What true?
Read the screen.
I can't.
It says, he told Dog Lips the truth. Sam is lying like always.
Listen, y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna know the truth about anything to do with my motherfucking case until you pull the motherfucking files. I ain't giving you motherfucking shit. I'm gonna tell you what I want to fucking tell you. Very few, the people that matter to me, know what's going on. They know about my case.
Is this true? It says Sam lies so much he forgets his lies.
No.
How many lies have you forgotten? I'm not trying to attack you or anything. I'm just trying to like talk to you and stuff.
Well, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about this bitch boy Biden.
Yeah. What about this bitch boy Biden? You know what? I am disappointed on how he is handling the crisis that's over there.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm surprised there ain't got no man. I thought about this. I thought about getting one of those, full window things in the back of my window that says, if you voted for Biden, fuck you.
Right?
I Here's the thing, man. People need to also realize and understand that if you don't like who they have for our, running for president, you don't have to vote. It is not a requirement. It is a privilege. Remember, it is a privilege in the United States to do that. It's not a right, and it's not a requirement. It is a privilege because they can strip your rights to vote.
How do I do this? More. Well, thank you. It's kind of wet out there. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a live stream. I have a podcast channel. Well, it's not mine. Somebody's let me use the podcast channel. It's called the Storytelling Podcast. Yeah. Lay down, Bubbles. Kick it. Yep. Sammy pays attention. Jose is teaching you how to get. What the hell?
Yeah, how yeah. So, man, I just saw a news article where in Oregon, gas prices have just hit over the $4 mark.
Hell, here in Maine, gas is like $3.40.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's for premium fuel here, it's $4.95. For mid grade, it's $4.45, $4.50, something like that.
Hell.
Yeah. It don't make sense. Everything was going good, and then all of a sudden, Biden stole the election through fraud and shit. And now we got oh my god, man, it's just fucking crazy, man. We left, I think they left like I think like 400 or 500 aircrafts were left over in another foreign country with the fucking Taliban or some shit. They left a bunch of fucking air equipment. I don't know what they did to it, if they did anything to it. I know when I was in the slabs, they never leave ordinances over in a war zone. They fucking blow the shit up. You know what they don't take? They blow it up. They just blow it up. They put it in one big fucking pile and just blow it up.
Yep.
I remember a few of those, bro. You can feel those in the slabs. Holy shit, you can feel those.
I think Joe Biden wanted to sleep his term away, but this crisis is not allowing that to happen.
Oh man, I'm not a Trump supporter, But the one thing I can say about Trump is he was not their little fucking puppet, though. He
Uh-uh.
was not under their fucking control, you know. He wasn't there. That's the first time, and I don't know how long I've ever seen
Did you know
a
he made an
president
account on Twitter, POA,
that
meaning President of
sent.
America? When they banned his real name from Twitter?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, look at social media. Look what happened to Donald Trump after he lost the election. They shut all his social media accounts down. They censored the shit out of him. And people don't think we're being censored in America. People are just, people need to wake up, man. Pay attention to what the fuck is going on around you. Get out of your phone for a little bit. Because we are the fucking people and we are the ones that can make change.
Right?
But it doesn't happen individually.
Yep. That's for damn sure. Right. Or Hogger. What the hell? Oh, I was browsing on the internet and there was a flight. I forget where they were going, and the passengers got a text message. It's called an airdrop saying there's going to be another hijacking. Did you hear about that? That's got to be a fucking frightening thing to have on your phone while in flight. That shit's creepy. You still there? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jose Sanders, the
Along
co-host.
with Nomad Sam, Rubber
Uh,
Tramp, whatever.
I am your host for the time
Hey,
being.
hey, Jose, you got people using full names. Remember no doxing?
Oh,
Remember no doxing?
damn it.
You told me no doxing. I stopped. I said, okay, I won't use Big
Okay,
McDigger's real
well,
name anymore. So
there we go. I took it out.
I think you should time him out for that. I think that deserves a timeout. I think he needs 5 minutes to sit in the corner and think about his actions. But what do you think the country would be like right now if Donald Trump got elected?
I think it would probably be a little bit better. And with Donald Trump, at least he knows what he's doing, and he will not back down or cower to the commands and demands of the enemy. And like for real, I think what should happen is that Joe Biden should be impeached immediately for showing traits that he cannot be trusted as a president in times of need. And and unfortunately, this is a time of need for our American soldiers and American citizens and our allies that fought with us out of that fucking country. It just seems that Biden doesn't understand that there were casualties as the American United States Air Force or military planes were
Yes, I know
leaving.
when the
The
planes were
planes were
leaving,
hitting
yes,
hard.
I know people were falling from the planes when they would retract the
And there's
wheels.
body parts in the
Knowing
railroad.
people's on it, they're dumping people to their death.
Right. But Joe don't see it as casualties. Somehow that's not
Say what?
casualties. Joe doesn't see that as casualties.
I just, man, it's just insane, dude. But you know, you're just one person. You know, people's gotta want to change and shit, man. They gotta want to change the stuff. They gotta stick together. But you know, the government learned their lesson from the 60s and 70s.
Wait,
You
where do
know,
you see 69, Nate?
say what?
Nate says 69.
Mm,
Now I'm reading the chats real quick.
I know, man. That's why I don't pay attention to the chats. It fucks up the stream, dude.
Yeah, well, I gotta make sure they're
I'll
not
tell you
captured
this.
or anything.
If there's one thing I learned from GJB,
Well, this is a podcast, so
if
everybody's
there,
welcome to chat. And
well,
you
I
know,
understand that, but if you're having a podcast, I've never really seen the host, pay attention to the chat because he doesn't have a fucking chat. You know, he's sitting there having a conversation with somebody, and people are listening because they
well,
want to listen.
usually, a
Well,
podcast is pre-recorded. Did you know that?
yeah, that way they can edit unfavorable shit out. Yeah, that's right. But but you see, that's the benefit of being live, you know.
Can you repeat that? Tina, can you repeat what you just said?
No, not really. Now you're
Yeah,
fucking up my whole train of thought because you're paying attention to the chat.
right. If you guys want to join the panel, you're more than welcome to hit the link. I'll drop the link down and whatnot. Um, we do have to keep it short and simple. And it's I don't know, man. I think that Joe Biden's supporters are not really happy on the decisions that they made.
Well, I don't know really who all voted. I don't care. They because there's nothing I can really do except try to open people's eyes. I mean, that's all you can do, man, is just talk about it and hope people listen and understand.
Right.
And you can only do so much as one person. That's why I keep stressing and saying we are the people.
We are the people.
And the people need to learn to put their fucking differences down and their smartphones down and come back together.
Most
And I'll tell
definitely.
you what, elections coming up here real soon, ain't it? I
Believe
wonder
so.
how many people are going to remember what their representatives did and how they treated them and this and that, during this pandemic and in need of help, and they want to take 9 months to pass a fucking stimulus check because they're fucking fighting and fucking bickering and back and forth because the people that put them in office, you know, they have obligations to those people for all that fucking money they contributed. You know, they have to they have to fulfill what they want. So that's where you get your fucking bickering and fucking fighting and shit, man.
Right.
You think all now just imagine
Cyprus.
there needs to be election reform. I mean, you can't just I think any contributable donation to an election should be limited to a certain amount. I don't think somebody should be able to send $100 and something thousand or something like that. That's just, you know, with money like that flying around, it's just too easy for corruption and like that, man. What do you think? What do you think, Jose?
I didn't hear all that because I was addressing Cyprus. He
Oh,
doesn't like all the dogs all that well.
well, shit. It is what it is then.
It is what it is. So, what do you think should happen to Biden and the current affairs that's going in um, Afghanistan, Kabul?
Man, I can't really comment too much on that. Um, I'm only commenting on what I've heard in the news, and in the news, I don't really know how true that is. But I don't see. Here's the thing, okay? You see people on an airplane that is taxiing. I don't see those people on top. Yeah, I'm on top of the landing gear doors as it's taking off. I don't see no video footage of that. And it's easy to manipulate a picture, you know, of a plane taking off. And I really didn't see no people hanging on the thing. All you saw was what could have been something added into a photo.
Right?
I mean, I'm real skeptical to a point on stuff that I hear, unless certain alternative outlets that I frequent, you know, I go hear about stuff over there. And so I'm not like getting all my information from Fox, CNN, and all those other major corporations. I'm not
I
getting.
watch all the news cast. I just don't watch one because I want to gather my information and make sure that I am getting it just right.
Well,
Because in
here's
order
the
to talk
thing.
about
So
it, you have to know
media,
both
it's
sides
the
of the
media,
political realm that is given to us by the media.
but it's the media and the political spectrum
It's
that
called
is
doing your homework.
manipulating.
You got to do your
It's
homework, dude.
manipulating. If you notice, you know, when something happens, you know, how they air it for hours and hours and
It's all
hours.
pre-recorded too, dude.
And now they got 24-hour news to fucking, you know, just bombard you with fucking shit after shit after shit. So you don't stay focused and pay attention to one thing. They're constantly moving you on to something else too.
Right.
They do that.
That's how that shit works.
You know, like a day or so, you know, they're on this subject or this topic on this show, and then they move on to something else, and then you're distracted by that. You got too many distractions in the world for people to pay attention to what's going the fuck on around them. I mean, take a look at the good old American dream. How's that working out for you, fellow Americans? It's working out for some of you. Maybe the the upper part, lower classes in there. But unless you have like some type of solid income coming in, your American dream's in jeopardy. And then once just stop and think what's going to happen in America, Jose. You knowing what it's like being on the streets, and me understanding and doing what I've done. When the moratoriums lift on these evictions, man, the streets are going to be full. There's going to be so many families homeless. Did you hear that, Jose?
Yes.
Good.
I'm listening. I hear you.
But what do you think about that? On what I said about when they lift the moratorium on the evictions and they start evicting people?
I think it's a pathetic thing to do in a crisis of a pandemic. People
All right.
deserve to live in their homes until it's safe enough to evict them.
Okay. Question then. Do you feel that if the government is going to issue a moratorium to where you cannot evict these people because they're not paying you rent, then do you think the government should compensate the owners that have an obligation to the bank to pay the mortgage on the rental properties that they own, because they're investing and they're putting themselves in debt trying to live the American dream, and they're getting fucked.
Right.
All the land mom and pops, that own properties are getting so fucked. And here's the thing. If something breaks on the property, municipalities are forcing you to fix this shit or face penalties and fines.
You see what
The
Nikki
ones that
said
are already struggling. The ones that are already struggling. What was that, Jose? I didn't quite catch it.
Nikki said, Jose, something. I've seen him naked. He hates women too. I hate him so much. I want a girlfriend. Nikki.
So what'd you think
Can you
about
be
that, Jose? I mean, what's your opinion on what I said? What's your opinion on what I said, Jose?
My opinion, what you said is entirely true. And, we're kind of losing viewership over the politics, but we're allowed to talk about politics on this channel. If it's not interesting to you, I'm sorry. It's current affairs, and we have to talk about it. But a lot of people also say you can't do anything about it if you're gonna just talk about it. You got to do about it.
I'm just trying to get your opinions on some things, stuff that I'm noticing and explaining. Like, I
Right.
think that's fucked up about the landlords, man. I mean, the mom and pops, I mean, they are taking hits. I mean, some of them have just sold their fucking properties for like pennies on the fucking dollars so they don't have to deal with the bullshit. It's somebody else's headache that buys it.
Okay, let's talk about the renting.
It
It's
could
not
be,
the renter's fault that the owner of the house had to rent that house out. It's not that person's fault, but it is the obligation of the renter to pay the bill on time, and it's definitely not the problem of the government or the officials to implement stuff. But in a time of crisis like a pandemic like this, There should be like moral empathy on things like that. But you know,
I have
in today's
I have two
society, there is
conclusions.
no morals. There is no morals in today's society.
I kind of think all right, there's two things. Either the government's scared as fuck, knowing what's going to happen if all these people get evicted, and so that's why they keep putting up the moratoriums, or it's an attempt for a massive housing grab, if you get what I mean. You know, for people's rich buddies. You know, once the evictions happen, and or just pay attention to who's, you
Yes.
know, purchasing property around you. It's all public record. You know that, Jose? It's all public record. Anywhere you live, it's easy to find out who owns that house.
Right.
And see how many of them go back to you know, LLCs and investment groups and shit like that. And then find out who owns those investment groups. And then you'll see a pattern if you understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
And that could be what happened. That's what happened in California. They had a big land grab of you know, of favorable shit.
I used to have a rental house.
Man, when I was a kid, we had the house that we lived in, that I grew up in, and then my grandpa had his house, and then my grandma had a house a block up the road from us, or half a block up the road from us. And so that was always great. You know, I could just walk to grandma's house. Um, we had a place on William Street, and I think that was it. My parents had investment properties.
I
So,
can honestly say that I was blessed to live in a sheltered life.
man, I'll
But
be
my
honest with
parents
you.
weren't really much of a helicopter parents.
I don't think I'd want to live a sheltered life, man. That's just, you know, because then when the real world comes at you, bro, fuck that. Been there, done that. I had that sheltered life to a point, you know, semi-sheltered.
Yeah, I wasn't smothered, but you know,
No,
like
I
they
mean
did teach me the
semi-sheltered. You know, I was
reality
still brung
of
up around seedy, shady shit, but it's just I was still sheltered to a point. I didn't see, I just knew what was going around because, you know, you just pick up on that shit listening. So what type of compensation do you think mom and pop you know, rental property owners should receive from this pandemic?
I really for like rental agreements on the aspects of a house owner, I really can't speak of that.
Okay, well, listen, here's the thing, man. All right, they're sitting there not getting shit, majority of them, and they have to invest money into the property that they don't have. I mean, they still have that fucking bill coming in every month, man,
Yes.
that the bank wants. You know, the bank wants their money every month. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here, and some of the people that are doing that have the money to pay rent, but they're not paying the rent because they're wanting to stick it to the man. When the man is just somebody like them trying to get by in life.
Right. See,
I mean,
and
that's
also,
something.
and
I'm
also,
I'm just saying that's something that I haven't really seen talked about in the news lately. You know,
right.
or
But
really
also
any,
the way,
really brung up. You know, they've discussed it here and there, but other than that, they're moving on to other things. But I
the
think that
house
should be a
owners
focus.
have to
That
understand that the today's society, uh, it's harder and harder to actually keep a place if you're poor, and the demands is not met by that renter, and unfortunately, like this pandemic, they're forced to be evicted. And it's a shame. It's not that we as individuals can do about it. It's I guess a part of life.
check out housing on the west side of Columbus, Ohio. Check out how much the rents are there for apartments and houses and stuff.
Well,
Check out Indiana too. They're very cheap.
unfortunately, I have to tell you this. I have no desire to look stuff up like that.
Well, I was just saying, as for reference, I'm referencing, the market in Indiana and Ohio because that's really the market that I know. And compared, and from what I can tell, it's just as far as I know, the prices haven't gone up. They're gone up a little bit, but not much.
So, Nikki, I'm gonna put you on a spotlight here. Um, you said I can't scroll up that far, I guess. You can't wait till Sam meets his PO. So what have you been doing in the backgrounds for you to say that, Nikki? I gotta put you on. You've been talking this shit in the comments. Um, come up on the stage. You're more than welcome. I'll post the link again for those that want to come up and talk about lovely things. So why are we trying to bring up old shit that happened? And do you honestly think something that happened how many years ago about the poor kitty is going to be relevant? So you're trying to make things that were probably what 6, 7 years ago relevant?
Only certain things should be relevant, but they want to latch on every little bitty thing they fucking can of some sort and spin shit all out of proportion. But I want to say thank you, all you fucking Biden voters out there. Thank you. And all your other fellow Americans, thank you too for your wonderful decision.
We got a troll.
So let's just move on to what do you want to talk about, Jose?
Let's talk about anything and everything. I don't care.
Uh hey, let's talk about what's been going your experience the last couple weeks of traveling. Like what you went through, what you saw, was it beautiful? How cool was this place that you were at and stuff like that?
Well, Maine has been phenomenal. This has been awesome, and I can't
So
complain on the things that haven't happened to me yet.
so um Maine, on a scale from 1 to 10 that you would recommend to travelers that travel the way you travel? I'm not talking about people in vehicles and stuff like that. This is for the people that travel on foot. From a 1 to 10, what would you rate Maine when it comes to homeless friendly?
About a 10.
Man, that's pretty good. That's fucking good.
Maine's phenomenal. I have
Have you
nothing
had
bad
any
to say about Maine.
have you had any lobster since you've been there?
No,
If you are there on the 1st, I will buy you a lobster dinner.
it's only like $20 here.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to send you $20 and say, here, dinner's on me. Go get you some wonderful coastal Maine cuisine.
Okay,
What
Nikki,
kind of
where am I
beauty?
at then?
What kind of beauty have you seen in Maine? Can you tell us some about some of the beauty you've seen? Can you talk
Um,
about some of the parks?
I've been to the national parks, state parks. They're phenomenal. The park rangers were awesome.
So does it cost to camp,
There
or
are
you
free
just
spots. There are free
or
camp spots, and there are, and usually you pay your average fee at most of them.
so what do you prefer? Do you prefer free, pay a fee, or go hide somewhere and hope they don't find you? What do you do 90% of the time?
Um, you gotta be more
Hide.
specific.
Okay, if you have the choice of paying, staying for finding a place that's free, or hiding somewhere, camping all up into the woods somewhere and hoping they don't find you.
Like who?
You, you know, the forest people and stuff like that.
Well, typically you're allowed to sleep in the national forest, in designated areas, so you don't really have to hide. You have a 2 weeks stay limit. Some of them are 7, and some of them are 14 days.
And how long
And
do you have to, and how far do you have to move after those 14 days? Or 12 days or 10 days or
typically,
whatever?
typically, if I'm ready to leave, I go somewhere that I'm typically wanting to get to. I don't really
Uh,
boondocking, or as they call it, squatting in federal lands. I don't.
I,
I don't squat like that.
okay. Um, I utilized in one summer. It was excellent. I always have memories of it. Colville National Forest. Anybody ever heard of Colville? They have wonderful BML land up there. They have camp spots where there's a creek that goes all along there. You got a 2 week stay, then you got to move 4 miles, another 2 weeks, 4 miles, another 4 weeks, 4 miles.
I really don't know all that stuff. I just typically leave when I'm done camping.
What do you think of the Redwood National Forest? Have you camped in there?
Up in California?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. Because usually I go to California in the winter months, and there was one time in January they closed down I-5 due to the fact that they were going to get quote unquote flurries.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and people were like, "That's fucking stupid."
Um, well,
I actually
here's the
stayed out of
thing.
fear. Hold
How
on,
many
I actually
Californians do you
stayed.
think know how to drive in snow? when
And
it straight
that is
falls
how
down.
I actually stayed at a viewer's place. And he was going to take me up to the redwoods and we was going to film, but they closed that down. So he worked as a security guard, not for Greyhound, but they were uh, dispatched to or contracted to the Greyhound, and that's where you saw the video of me asking Greyhound customers how their riding experiences were. Yeah, it was a cool experience. That's when I had the dog named Brady that Nikki says that I killed.
Well,
And I
let's
killed
see.
him, and
What
I
else
gave
could
him
we
away
talk
to a nice, loving family. Because that dog showed traits of not wanting to be outside anymore.
So, what has this community done to you to try to get you to lose your dog?
Really not much other than the Kentucky incident, and
But they've
they
always,
tried really hard to get her taken away, and the cops said, "We're just gonna ignore the bogus phone calls."
and let me guess, they've said a bunch of shit in the chats about
Yeah,
talking about having to
I
doing
told
it
the
and
guy,
shit like that,
I
right?
told the police officer, the city officer, I said I have a YouTube channel and my dog's
Yeah, they
clearly
were
on
talking
there.
about it in the chats, weren't they? They were
Yeah,
talking all in the chats about how they were going to get your dog taken, right?
yeah. Eddie's a cop caller. Dog Lips is a cop caller. Nikki's a
Yeah.
cop caller. They're way worse than a snitch. Way worse.
Let's see.
Nikki, did
Hey,
you
I got
forget
a
how to write paragraphs?
hey, I got an idea, man. Tell me what you think. You get you a moped, all right? You get you one of those mopeds that's kind of like souped up. You get you a cart. You know, you have you a custom built cart and your dog goes in the back of it. And you cruise the country, man. You get you one of those scooter type things that's not, you know, not one of those like moped 49 cc's, you know, get you like a 80 or a 90 or 100 cc scooter and hook up
Have you ever noticed Nikki talking on her live streams? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's hoping that Flap City News would eat up whatever she's saying. Hoping that Slap City would enact on whatever, and he doesn't do it.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I haven't been paying attention to those people. Uh, I just been trying to focus on myself, dude. I have a hard enough time keep myself out of trouble.
Oh, you called multiple cops. Don't be lying. Don't be lying, Nikki.
Well, she got you kicked out. Well, I don't know. She got me kicked out of a hotel. She called, said stuff that wasn't true. They worked all day trying to get me fucking booted off of YouTube because I was having, what was it, rock and roll night that night. And they kept getting my streams taken down.
Oh, when
So
Eddie
then I
told
changed it up.
when
So then I
Eddie told
changed
your
it up to
boss,
copyright free. I changed it up to copyright free, and there wasn't nothing they could do. And so then that's when they did the hotel thing. Because I said, haha, can't get me off YouTube now. And then next thing you know, you gotta leave. Corporate said so.
Well, you sent him my my Pornhub link. See what?
Hey, Jose, remember how I explained to you if you just don't pay him no attention, then it's you don't have to worry about what they're saying, man.
It
We
doesn't
could have
matter.
a
It's
hell
a
of a
podcast channel, and anything
I
goes
mean,
on the
we could have a
podcast.
hell of a stream today without shit talking and bringing up other people. We could talk about world events. Let's talk about the price of I read an article. I read an article that the price of food is starting to become more than people in Mexico can afford, man.
Well,
The
that
price of
sucks.
corn. They said the price of corn, tomatoes, and
I
other
can't
stuff.
control what another country does. I can't talk about that.
Well, I was just
We'll
saying,
figure
I
it
read an
out if I
article
can help
about that.
anything.
I just read an article about it, That was all. I just wanted to mention that, I do have members of my family that is half Mexican. I mean, not half Mexican, all Mexican. And I got family over in Mexico. And I think Guatemala. Oh, shit, man.
The other day, I guess
So
I
did you?
wasn't so hidden from the road, and the cop says, "Damn, you're living a good life." Because I was sleeping in my hammock.
Dude, there's a 2-story pallet house built next to the freeway. Like, they have it built. They dug the fucking ground out and built in there, dude.
Damn, you found my house.
It's a 2-story freaking
Pallet.
yep, 2-story
There's
pallet
a
house.
Oriental rug in there.
And there was it said homeless person's mansion on the side of the I mean, damn. I mean, that'd be like something you build out in the woods, be fucking cool as hell, man. I would
Man,
love to have something like that
I
out in
wonder
the
who
woods.
took it. I took over it. I wonder who took it over.
Someone that had an article done, or somebody that got an article done on it.
Oh well.
I don't know, man. All it was just a picture and someone talking about it. You could have, you could have been there. I mean, you could be that famous guy that was living there when that happened.
I didn't think about it in that aspect.
Yeah. So
I just
what's the most shittiest fucking place you've ever been, man, that you would avoid at all cost?
Texas.
Why is that?
Cops are dicks.
I can't really relate. I can say my my experience in Texas being in a vehicle was different. I didn't get harassed. Um, I didn't get messed with. I utilized more or less public access spaces during the day, and then I just went and found some place and parked at night.
Yeah, I know how to start a fire.
And I found this wonderful park in Comfort, Texas, that had walnut trees, which was freaking awesome. And it was just a beautiful place. It was nice. The dogs were cool. It was like a memorial park for a service member from the community.
Wow.
So what kind of activities have you and your dog participated in other states, like restaurants and stuff like that? Have you and your dog been to like dog friendly restaurants? And
Not
if you
really,
have,
because of Cyprus is
where
a
at?
no. Because Cyprus has issues with other animals.
Yeah, that would be a problem. I forgot about that. I'm a dumbass. I had a brain fart there on that question. It happens, man.
How's where's the best place you've been?
The what?
Where's the best place you ever been?
Oh my Lord, man, that's the best place.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
have to say Joshua Tree.
I didn't see anything spectacular. It's like a
Well,
long ass fucking road to that fucking town.
well, I was in a vehicle, so it was a little easier for me to get around. And right down the road from where the Walmart and stuff like that was a Joshua Tree National Forest, which has BML land spots, and you just go there, frickin' pull, fuck, park, call it a day. I spent a lot of time on the back at the gun range area where people would shoot their guns and stuff. There was there was like a little hill type thing that you could go up to that overlooked a huge section of the gun range where people would shoot their guns, and I had those binoculars and I would just sit there, and look in my binoculars as they're shooting their targets and stuff, and looking at them and seeing what kind of guns they were shooting and stuff like that. Because back in my youth era, my dad and grandpa were big on guns and stuff, and so I started shooting guns at a very young age. And after I turned, I think it was 19, I haven't touched a gun since the age of 19.
So you haven't
So
touched a gun in Slap City?
I haven't, listen, I have not touched a gun since I was 19 years old, 18, 19 years old. Actually, to be
So
honest with you, last time I touched a
so
gun, I was like
wait, wait.
17. But the last
So
time I
hold on.
could
Can I ask
touch
you a
a gun
question?
was like 18, 19.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
So earlier today, you called me and we talked, and you said that Nikki ran over a dog in Slab City because she didn't want to deal with the tweaker.
No, I said she ran over a dog and did not stop. And her response was, it was a tweaker, and she wasn't wanting to stop and deal with them trying to get money out of her for running over their dog.
Okay, how did Nikki know if they were actually tweakers?
Probably because she knew who they were or
But were they
something. I
really
don't
tweakers,
fucking
or
know.
was that a cover up to say "fuck
All
y'all"?
I
I ain't
heard is
doing
she
it.
was, hey, listen, what I'm talking about came from a Slab City post about Nikki and what she did and her actions. That's all I repeated was what that said. And I did a video on it. But you're over here getting us back on that drama bullshit, and we need to stay off. Well, I want to stay off that. I mean, you can talk about it all you want, but please quit trying to drag me back into it. I'm trying to have a good stream where I'm not thinking about those people and or nothing. but that's what the post said. Nikki ran over a dog, didn't stop, just kept going. Oh, and she was speeding too. She was going fast. Supposedly faster than she was, the speed limit that they have there, which is like 25 miles an hour.
Most people speed anyway.
Well, I don't. I always stayed in the 25-mile-an-hour range because I'm going to tell you this. There's been times where I was even doing 25 miles an hour and a fucking dog jetted right out in front. Had to fucking slam the brakes. So imagine doing 35 or fucking 40 and that fucking happens and you come slamming on your fucking brakes. It ain't happening, baby. You going it's a bad situation. That's why they have a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit in there.
Hey, Nikki, I'm not the one that made a month's worth of video about me.
Oh, what'd you think about, have you been to Colorado?
Yeah,
Oh, what parts of Colorado have you been to?
Colorado and not Hot Springs, Colorado Springs.
Hey, I got something for your bucket list, a place for you to travel. It's called the $1,000,000 Highway, and it runs through Colorado.
Is that I-25?
I don't know. All I know is
I-17?
there's tons. Listen, for you doing traveling the way you do, there's tons of places for you to pull off. You're going to get some very,
Well, it's
very
kind of hard to
beautiful
pull off if
scenery.
you ain't got a vehicle.
I mean, you're going to see some very beautiful scenery, is what I'm saying. You're going to see some very beautiful scenery, man. Very fucking beautiful. Some of the best scenery I've seen. Man, I got to say, Colorado and the coastal highway is like some of the most beautiful shit I've seen in the United States. If I can narrow it down to, let's see, four, the redwoods, um, the southern coast of Oregon. Oh my God, man, it's just beautiful, man. Just beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
You should summer sometime up in Northern California, Southern Oregon. I'm telling you, you would enjoy it, dude.
I probably would.
And well, here's the thing, your dog being a long-haired, thick coat like that, it'd be perfect weather up here for her.
Yeah, I don't subject my dog to 20-degree weather.
No, it don't get no colder than 50.
No, I've been there. It's been fucking cold.
It don't get no colder than 50. Well, sometimes
Maybe
it
I
gets
had
down
it.
into the 30s, but that's in the wintertime, man. You're not coming up here in the wintertime. I'm telling you to come up here in the summertime. You know, the highest it'll get is maybe 70, 75, and that's it. And that's even if the sun's out that day. There's all kinds of beautiful fog. When the fog comes in and then you got those trees that have the moss grown on them, that's freaking beautiful. You got a lot of good scenery with that. I need to get back on my scenery pictures and videos. Is what I should do if I'm gonna do anything. Have you came
I'm
across any Have you
fucking
came
with the
across
cat.
any fog in Maine yet?
Yeah, it was foggy as shit last night.
Hey, I got a here's an idea. Um You know what Maine's famous for too?
What?
Stephen King.
Yeah, Bangor. I thought it was in Portland for a bit. I guess I didn't go too far north.
Man, you should check out some of the towns, that are like in Stephen King's books. I think some of them exist. They're like actually real towns or something like that.
For real.
You ever thought about going to haunted places and stuff like that? That would be, dude, that'd be cool, man. Going to a place, you do that on a live stream too, man. That'd be fucking killer, bro. You stay at You don't reveal where you're at. That way nobody can come fuck with you and try to scare you.
I like to be scared.
You like to be scared?
You know I'm fucking with you.
I could probably find some legend places around here and probably do something.
You probably could.
Which out of all the truck stops you've been to with the franchise that has kind of took over all truck stops, that used to be mom and pop's places, Um, which brand do you think is the most traveler friendly? Pilot, TA, and I think there's a couple other ones that I can't think of.
Most of the loves.
Most of them are good.
Most of the loves.
Oh
TA.
yeah, can't forget about Loves, man. Man, I think
TA.
Love's got the best
It's
coffee.
a mix. It's a hit and miss within a particular state.
Yeah, because some of them, because of the areas, they don't allow anyone to sleep in their vehicle overnight.
And they have securities, especially in Texas.
Yep,
Memphis.
I had a manager come up and say something about you've been packed, blah 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 blah. Plus, what I did is I stayed the night there.
It's a truck stop. That's what you're supposed to do.
I mean, that's what I thought, but
A
well, I
lot
mean,
of
you
these
can't
rough
blame them,
areas,
man. I mean,
you
you
know,
could have a gripe about it, but try to look at the bigger picture too. Is look at what they have to deal with.
the state law
Look,
requires the person to be at a place that is designated for traveling motorists, like a rest area or a
well,
truck stop. Bro, I know my laws out here, dude. I fucking lived it for the last 13 years.
well, I understand that. All I'm asking you to do is try to look at it from that truck stop's point of view on what they go through on a daily basis because of the area and the type of people they have to deal with, and that's why they implement that policy, is all I'm saying. I don't think it's right either, man. I think you should be, a truck stop should be a safe place for you to pull off and sleep. And I get pissed off when they run me off, you know, I get mad. I'm human. But, I don't, I mean, I kind of grumble and gripe. And other than that, I just fucking leave. It's, but, and then I think about it afterwards and try to remember it the next time, when if they give me shit for being there, that, there's a fucking reason, it's not because it's me. It's not because I'm homeless. It's because of the shit they've had to deal with because of either homeless or drug addicts or shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is that aspect that you have to look at. Like I was at the oh fuck, I can't remember which one it was, but it was I think it was a Pilot or it might have been a Love's. It was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And or the outskirts, I think it was, of Albuquerque. And I saw so many fucking drug deals going down. It was like, what the fuck? People fighting and arguing and shit. I'm like, oh my lord. I didn't feel safe there. I just fucking left.
Hey! Someone's yelling, hey. Hey. So I'm like, oh. Oh, man, I'm tired.
Oh, FYI, you know, when you come up to Northern California, you know you can utilize the Arcata National Redwood Forest, right?
Yep.
I rem I remember when I was up there, these dirty kids came in and built this one little spot right where they were at, and then the city people came in, and when they came to clean it up, they said it was like a fucking pigsty. There was freaking paraphernalia, syringes, and all kinds of shit everywhere.
That happens.
Yeah, I know, man.
There's nothing you can do about it.
No, not
It's a
really.
damn shame that stuff like that does happen.
Yeah, that's see when that happens, it fucks it up for people like you and me and shit like that that don't do that shit, and we're just trying to, you know, just be there for a hot second and then move on about our way, or chill there and, you know, try to mingle and whatnot. Fucking makes it hard, man, because then it makes people like me and you, we, you know, there's a stereotype name for them, you know. Oh, he's a dirty kid traveler. You know, I bet he's a drug addict or fucking on drugs or something. Not everybody's a fucking, you know, drug addict.
Nope.
So what do you
Have you
find
ever
that
done
work?
drugs?
Huh? No.
Charging up my little light.
Ugh. So what do you prefer, drinking or smoking weed?
Both?
Wow.
What do you prefer?
Neither. I quit all those a long time ago.
Dude,
I quit drinking a long time ago.
so let's get back onto the subject of
I I think if
benzodiazepines.
I think if I ever have a drink, you know, I'd say you know, instead of asking me how many times I drink in a week, how about asking me how many times do I drink in a year? Maybe 4 times in a year. Will I have anything to drink? Maybe 4 times a year. I don't I don't that's not bad at all.
This is Officer Tatum talking about Joe Biden.
Some places have already had
Can
heavy
you hear
rains and
it?
winds and dangerous storm surges. Henri is going to continue to move across much of the Northeast. So it's important to monitor it closely
It's a little choppy.
in your community. Make sure you have the supplies for for your entire household, including necessary
There we go. I hear it.
water, battery-powered radios in case of extended power outages.
How's he not the president of the United States of America? I'm just wondering. I don't mean to cut him off, but how's he the president of the United States of America? This is an embarrassment. Anyway.
So wear a mask and try to observe social distancing.
During a hurricane?
Don't get caught by the next storm. Get vaccinated. Vaccinated now. Protect yourself and your family against COVID-19. It's going to be a vital part of emergency preparedness this year, for the remainder of this year. Now let me turn to Afghanistan.
Hold on. He's going to talk about Afghanistan. But I think he was just addressing a hurricane that just went through and wiped out a huge population, or at least wiped out a huge community. And he's talking about social distancing and wearing a mask. Okay.
This weekend, we've evacuated an extraordinary number of people, as I will detail in a minute, about 11,000 individuals. That number will change day to day as the air and ground operations in Kabul vary. Our first priority in Kabul is getting American citizens out of the country as quickly and as safely as possible. In my direction, the State Department continues to reach out to the remaining Americans we have identified by phone, email, and other means to ascertain their whereabouts and their plans. We're executing a plan to move groups of these Americans to
But you're going to make them pay for it, though.
safely and effectively move them to the airport compound.
They're going to have to pay for it, though.
For security reasons, I'm not going to go into the detail of what these plans entail.
But you can tell when we're going to pull out our troops, but you can't go into detail about these plans. Okay.
We'll get home. We've also been evacuating the citizens of our NATO allies and our partners, including their diplomats, their embassy staff, who remain in Afghanistan, and to get them back to their homes as well. And as we do this, we're also working to move our Afghan allies who stood with us side by side and other vulnerable Afghans,
Thank you, Bryce, for the super chat.
journalists, out of the country. As of this morning, we have evacuated nearly 28,000 people since August the 14th.
How many Americans?
On both U.S. and coalition aircraft, including civilian charters, bringing the total number of people we've evacuated since July to approximately 33,000 persons.
How many Americans?
In one 24-hour period this weekend, 23 U.S. military flights, including 14 C-17s, 9 C-130 flights, left Kabul carrying 3,900 passengers. We see no reason why this tempo will not be kept up. During the same period, our military facilitated another 35 charter flights, carrying an additional 4,000 evacuees.
Because you're an idiot. That's why. Because you're an idiot.
Altogether, we lifted approximately 11,000 people out of Kabul in less than 36 hours. It's an incredible operation. Let me be clear. The evacuation of thousands of people from Kabul is going to be hard and painful, no matter when it started, when we began. Would have been true if we had started a month ago or a month from now.
Quit lying.
There's no way to evacuate this many people without pain and loss of heartbreaking images you see on television. It's just a fact.
No, it's not.
My heart aches for those things, those people you see.
No,
It
it's
is when
not.
you do it abruptly.
You pull these people out and got them an opportunity to leave before you pull the troops out, then we wouldn't have this problem.
Afghanis who in fact has helped us in the war effort. But we have a long way to go, and a lot could still go wrong. But to move out 30,000 people in just over a week, that's a great testament to the men and women on the ground in Kabul and our armed services. It also reflects a tireless diplomatic effort. In order to keep a steady flow of planes taking off from Kabul and maximize our evacuation capacity, we have quickly stood up an unprecedented global effort and established a series of processing stations in third countries. In short, we will not find them directly
Day late, dollar short.
processing stations. We're working with more than 24 countries across 4 continents.
How much you want to bet he don't answer questions at the end of this? How much do you want to bet he does not answer questions at the end of this?
Gulf, in Central Asia, and in Europe, including processing centers in Qatar, Germany, Kuwait, Spain, and elsewhere. It allows us to sort and process these evacuees. These transit centers provide a safe place for the SIV applicants and other vulnerable Afghanis and their families to complete their paperwork while we conduct security screenings and background checks before they continue on to their final destination in the United States or in another country, one of our NATO allies as well. And so from Asia to Africa, from Europe to the Western Hemisphere, nations are making generous offers to support resettlement efforts. I've been in personal contact with the leaders of many countries, including Qatar, Germany, Spain, Italy, the UAE, and others. They're making vital contributions. To thank them for their support and to discuss how we can continue to coordinate our efforts in Afghanistan moving forward is the reason why I continue in contact. And I want to again thank all of our partners for their continuing to stand together. We've also activated the first stage of what's referred to as the Civil Reserve Air Fleet to help with the onward movement of evacuees from these transit centers. Military aircraft and others will get them to these centers, but then we're going to get the Civil Reserve Fleet. It's a program that's was designed in the wake of the Berlin airlift after World War II to use commercial aircraft to augment our airlift capacity. This is a voluntary program for our commercial airlines, and we're grateful for those airlines and the U.S. carriers who are supporting us. This effort will only use 3 or 4 planes from each of the major carriers, vast fleets of aircraft. So there should be no effect or a minimal effect on commercial air travel. And we'll stay in close coordination with our partners to mitigate any impact. These Civil Reserve flights will be helping facilitate the safe movement of people from staging locations and transit centers like Qatar or Germany to the United States or to a third country. None of them will be landing in Kabul. Now, the American aircraft part of this will not be going to any country but the United States. As this effort unfolds, I want to be clear about 3 things. 1, planes taking off from Kabul are not flying directly to the United States. They're landing at U.S. military bases and transit centers around the world. Number 2, at these sites where they're landing, we are conducting thorough security screening for everyone who is not a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident. Anyone arriving in the United States will have undergone background check. Number 3, once screened and cleared, we will welcome these Afghans who helped us in the war effort over the last 20 years to their new home in the United States of America, because that's who we are. That's what America is.
What?
You know, I've been touched by the outpouring of support that we've seen from communities, organizations across America mobilizing to support these efforts. So many of these Afghans stood bravely by U.S. troops in Afghanistan. The United States, including veterans groups, refugee settlement agencies, religious organizations, and so many others, are standing with our Afghan allies. It exemplifies the best of America. And I want to say again, just how difficult this mission is and how dangerous it is.
You made it difficult. You made it difficult like this.
Security environment is changing rapidly. There are civilians crowded at the airport, although we've cleared it.
You made it this way.
We know that terrorists may seek to exploit the situation and target innocent Afghans or American troops. They're maintaining constant vigilance to we're maintaining the constant.
We are them.
Disrupt threats from any source, including the likelihood of ISIS-K, the Afghan affiliate referred to as ISIS-K. But we're under no illusions about the threat. I said on Friday, ISIS-K is a sworn enemy of the Taliban. They have a history of fighting one another. But every day we have troops on the ground. These troops and innocent civilians in the airport face the risk of attack from ISIS-K from a distance, even though we're moving back the perimeter significantly. We're working hard and as fast as we can to get people out. That's our mission. That's our goal.
You put us in this
Our
position.
determination to get every American citizen home and to evacuate our Afghan allies is unwavering.
How much you want to bet he don't take questions? How much do you want to bet he takes 0 questions after this? He's spoken about 3. He's going to speak about 3 major issues. He's not going to take any questions.
Desperate to get home.
There it is.
Their loved ones.
That's okay.
He's not allowed to take any questions. He is not allowed to take questions, he says. He's not allowed to answer them.
Nothing about this effort is easy. But the women and men of the United States Armed Forces are acting bravely
Getting choppy again.
Thank you all for the super chat. I want to offer my profound thanks to our service members on the ground in Kabul and to all those who
Looks like you're ready.
are welcoming and
I
caring.
got my leg charged.
To all the diplomats and civil servants who are working around the clock to rescue American citizens, the citizens of our allies, our Afghan partners, all of
That part's getting boring again. But anyway, yeah. That's what's going on in the political realm. That mofo don't like to answer questions. I don't know why he's making bets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, man, but all we can do is hopefully bring people's attention to it, and they do the same thing, and maybe people will start waking up. Or maybe they're starting to wake up now, that their gas is costing $5 a gallon, and a gallon of milk is $5.
Right?
And what you used to be able to get for 99 cents is now $2 or $2.50 or $3.
I don't know, guys. I think it's just pure bullshit what's going on in our life.
Hell, my
Especially
food cost. Hell, some of the foods I used to buy, the cost of that shit has doubled.
Yep. No, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'm gonna put it on mute.
All right.
You wanna hold down the stage?
Sure, I'll hang out with you for a little bit longer, and then I gotta go. Oh, about nap time. Hope everyone's had a beautiful day and enjoyed listening to Jose and Sam talk back and forth. We've tried to produce a pretty good podcast today. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Really don't know how many viewers there are, but you got the regular shit talkers in the chat, which is nothing new or special. Hope you enjoyed the topics we talked about today. Jose, I know you're not here right now, but I want to give a big shout out to the channel and say thank you for having me on today as a guest, and having it 99% positive, or 95%, I'd say. That's very good. I think we had a wonderful stream today, ending it very nicely. Been live for almost 2 hours, I guess. I don't think it's a problem. Every now and again, I pop up on a live stream. I know I want to try to steer clear from them. I'm not just going to go to any live stream. I'm not going to be on one that wants to exploit me for views, with bullshit that people make up and stuff like that. That's why I chose politics tonight, because that is something I haven't been able to talk about for a while and have like an outlet to discuss my feelings on that subject and voice my opinions. And That's why I chose to come on as a guest when Jose invited me. I told him I really don't want to be on this drama shit, and he was cool with that. And like I said, just don't pay attention and to what they're saying, and it's not a problem. It's not an issue. Just don't beat them. Don't give them no recognition. No nothing. That is Operation Happy Trick Fuzzy Button. Is not paying attention to you all, not giving you no acknowledgement, which I kind of am right now. But for the viewers out there, is what I'm explaining it about. That is what Operation Hat Trick Fuzzy Button. If you ever hear, that going around, that's what that is. It's ignoring these people, not responding to what they say and stuff like that. That is Operation Happy Trick Fuzzy Button. There's nothing sinister about it. There's no plots, no plans, no nothing. Well, the only plan of Operation Happy Trick Fuzzy Button is to ignore the trolls and the haters and the shit talkers and not interact, not respond, not do nothing. And that is what I'm going to strive to continue to do. And I gotta say, one of the shittiest fucking places I've been to, God, man, there's quite a few, man. I'd say the absolute worst would be LA. LA. I gotta say it's LA. That's right. LA. You know what I'm saying? It's right on. It's LA. You know what's happening. It's going down in LA. 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 Beautiful, full of diversity and heritage and cultural scenery and values. Man, you just don't feel safe, man. Just don't feel safe at all.
What should I get to eat, guys?
Well, what are
I
you
want to get
thinking
pizza.
about? Are you,
I can only afford a slice of pizza.
how much money do you have?
I have literally 5, 6, 7,
Okay.
8.
Do you have the Burger King app on your phone?
My phone is full. Nine,
Okay, cause
$9, $9.
all right. They have for $4 you can get, I think it's two cheeseburgers, a French fry, and a drink for $4.
The toll life is a lot different than ordinary life.
Huh?
I said the toll life is a lot different than the
Oh,
regular
they
life.
don't. What? They don't accept a Burger King app?
Uh-uh.
What?
Nope.
Well, do they have a dollar menu?
Uh-uh.
What, motherfucker? And I bet a Whopper is what, $7?
Close.
I believe, man. How much they want for a chicken nugget?
Sorry. A slice of pizza is what, $4.89?
Good Lord. You gotta get the fuck out of there, man.
They do have a little gas station across the way. It's just that like it's raining and I don't want to get wet.
Yeah. But how much are you gonna save going over there?
I don't know, probably $1.
You got, I'm pretty sure they got roller items, right? They might have burritos. Have you been there?
Where?
At the gas station across the street.
No.
Man,
Hey, how much is
number
peanut butter and jelly?
listen, number one rule in traveling, bro, is when you get to a new spot, you gotta find out water resources and food sources and then sleeping.
Is that a part of you?
That's how I do it.
Oh.
I kind of explore around a little bit, so I know
Just
my
one?
shopping options and shit
Yeah.
like that.
So how much
And,
is
for
two?
groceries and stuff like that.
Okay, never mind. Just one.
And that's
What
kind of
do you
what
think?
I do. I shop around for options like that.
I'm pretty good. So what are we looking at? $5,000? Oh,
And the wonderful thing about it, Jose,
huh?
I said the wonderful thing about it, Jose, is when you hit California,
It gets
it's
more
the
expensive,
access to
apparently.
water is just so easy because you can just go to a machine and pop in 35, 40 cents and get a gallon of water. Or if you're carrying a 5-gallon, 6-gallon container, you can just sit there and fill a container up.
I know the way of life of a hobo is just that I'm just choosing comfort over not comfort. Yes, sir. I don't know how well they like me cooking food, but the last time I cooked food, they a customer kind of called the cops saying that I was cooking meth. That's fucked up, huh?
Well, I think something might have been wrong with that customer because I'm pretty sure nothing came about that.
The cop was like, "What are you doing? Load up, mamas, over here, go." Well, hell, yeah, I don't know. The cop was like, I know what you're doing, but it does not look like drug activities. Like you gotta keep on. That's what the cop said. You have to understand. Some people don't really know what a meth kitchen looks like. Apparently, the officer has probably seen a few in his days. I'm like, I really don't know what a meth kitchen looks like, other than what is produced on YouTube.
Would you ever go back to the slabs?
No,
Why wouldn't you go back to the slabs?
I said no,
I know. Why would you not go back to the slabs?
cause it's not my cup of tea.
Me neither. It's not my cup of tea, and I'm just too aware of the violence and what really goes on behind the scenes on Slab City, in Slab City, because what you see on TV is only half the picture. It's a whole nother side to that place, and it can cost you your life. That's one thing I know for sure.
What's up there, chandelier?
What else you want to talk about, Jose?
What do you got on your mind?
Uh, Oh, what do you think about when you try to go to a fast food restaurant to get something to eat, are you able to go into the lobby or do you have to go through the drive-through?
I haven't had that type of luck, and since I've been to Maine, Maine's been open majority of them. Yeah,
That's cool.
and if they're closed, I just don't go to it.
Yeah,
A rich
it's
man can't. A rich man can't make money if they're always closed.
have you noticed the price of food going up when you go into like places to eat and grocery stores and stuff like that?
Majority of the times, yeah.
Have you noticed a shortage in the shelves at all?
Uh-uh.
I have around here. I've noticed a shortage in the shelves.
I think that's just all a gimmick.
Here's here's
They do
here's
it at
here's a
Walmart.
question. Here's a question. Why do you think the United States government is paying farmers to destroy their crops?
I don't know.
They're paying them double of what the crop is worth to just destroy it. Don't take it to market. We'll give you double if you destroy it. That could cause a food shortage. I'm pretty sure. And I'm starting to see bare shelves. Gas stations are out of creamer.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's kind of unheard of, you know? They might be out of one, maybe two types of creamer, but not all. Not all. They might be out, if they have a variety, they might be out a few, but not all. I haven't seen that. And there's been farmers that's been bringing attention to it.
Yep. They work very hard for it too.
Same thing with milk too. They've been paying farmers to do that. That and cattle too, pigs. I saw a video where they just digged a big trench, killed a bunch of pigs, and then just dumped them in a fucking hole, man. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you know the purpose behind that?
Well, here's the thing, dude. The food pantries that those pigs could fill
You know the
across the
purpose
country.
behind it?
Food shortage.
You know the purpose
It,
behind that?
inflation. It drives up the
No,
inflation price.
no. To starve
Yes, it
Americans.
does.
Listen to me. Reason why Biden is doing all this and the government is doing this, so the government can have control of you. That's all it is. And every time you do something within that aspect, because you want whatever that particular item, the government is going to make it harder and harder and make you want to have them give it to you, like your parents when you was young.
Oh, like to have everybody strung along on those stimulus checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job on that shit for a year and a half, didn't they?
Yep.
No, a year. No, I think it's a year. I think it was, yeah, a year because the first one came out a year ago or something. And then it was what, 6? No, it's been a year and a half, hasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. Because for the first one, it took like 6, 9 months or something of them fighting and arguing back and forth.
Because
And then another fucking,
in office.
and then like another 6 fucking months for the one, and then and then another. Yeah.
Hey Sam, I'm gonna end the broadcast.
You are? All right, man. That's cool.
Yeah. You guys have been a pleasure. Hopefully you guys tune in next time. Thank you for watching. Peace, love, stay true, and be happy.
Still there?